Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. That is very hard. That'll be the last time I say that this year. That's a promise. No, it's only because it's the last day of the year, guys. It's all good. It's all good. Today I'm here with you to do a bit of a, not necessarily a review, but it may turn into a review. Hey, Miss Cindy. I'm going to do a walkthrough, and of course I haven't got them on my desk, of our two Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. Hey Susan, hey Norlinga. I have our, can't pick that one up with one finger. Hey Glenda, hey Donna. I have our two Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines that I just want to walk you through today because they are, look, size-wise they're very different, but also the plates are very different. And while I was here, I've picked some colours, I've picked some dies, and we may make a card. And I've picked a colour palette. I've taken the colour palette directly out of the new or the coming January to June mini catalogue, and I've chosen the colour palette from Snail Mail. So I've got Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Blushing Bright and Real Red, with some Whisper White as well, because I'm assuming I'll be doing a lot of cutting of that today. Hey Janelle, hey James, thanks for joining. So I think we should get ourselves turned around and I will start talking to you about this. And I just want to talk to you, last day of the year, a bit of reflection and things like that. I have met some of my goals and exceeded them this year, but the big one I haven't quite got is my 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I can go live on there. I should tell you exactly, I think I'm like 119 or 18 away last time I checked. Where is my second screen? Okay, so I am sitting at, I'm refreshing my screen. Hey Beverly, of course it takes forever. I am at 890 subscribers, so I'm exactly 110 subscribers away from being able to go live. So I ask you, if you are watching live or if you're watching on the replay, if you haven't already, I would truly appreciate you subscribing to my YouTube channel, just so I can go live in a few different places. I know not everyone likes Facebook, and I know not everyone likes YouTube, but I would like to go live in both places so I can appease all of my followers. So I just ask you that on the last day of the year to inch me ever so closer to the goal that I had this year. But I have made leaps and bounds in my subscriber count this year. Hey James, thanks for joining. Boston, what a beautiful Bev, hey Deb. Before I flick you around, hello Margaret and Eileen. Who have I missed? I don't think I have missed anybody who has popped on. Hello Miss Jamie, it is Happy New Year's Eve here from Australia. I will flip you around. I will start talking about our machines. In that process I will be cutting some things out. And the stamp set, oh, I forgot about one of the colours in my colour palette, and it's basic grey. I have chosen the Art Gallery or the Fine Art Suite, and this is the Art Gallery stamp set. I've also grabbed out the coordinating dies as part of this making, reviewing, showing process. So let me flip you guys around. You crafted last night. Did you scrapbook or make cards, Jamie? Because I know you've got some beautiful photos from your birthday lunch with some of your amazing friends. That would be great on a scrapbook page. You know, I'm not saying that the photo of you and I was awesome. In fact, I think there are 2 photos of you and I from that day. Hello, Mr. Linda. You made 3 cards. Well, you may have to save one of those for my birthday next December. I'll just turn off my light and close my door and I'll be back. Now, we do have a Miss Louisa on the floor. Good morning, Miss Ruth. Oh, but they are great pics. They're so true, Jenny. We have a Miss Louisa on the floor next to me. And Miss Louisa was very naughty late last night. Someone forgot to feed her, namely her owner, Daddy, or David. And she came back inside and my eldest was still awake and she had 2 leeches on her head. So God knows where her head had been. But she had 2 little leeches on her head, which promptly got boiled. Whoops. So God knows. Hang on, no one needs to listen to me on repeat. Or, you know, at the same time. Oh no. Oh no, Deborah, that's not good. One is for my birthday. Oh my God, Jamie, don't lose it. Or send it to me now and I'll put it away and then I'll lose it. Oh, very nice. Oh no. Oh, Jamie. Oh yeah, you're back, Deb. That's awesome. So, these are our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. This is the large Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and this is our mini, which has been much anticipated, but was delayed due to COVID and I'm assuming a few other issues. So right now I'm going to just pop them to the side and I'm going to show you where they are in the annual catalogue because I can't show you our main catalogue. Let me open this catalogue up, might be helpful. So we do have them on page 170 of our annual catalogue. So the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is $209, which you can get as part of your starter kit. Oh, I don't think they hadn't drawn blood or anything. They were still on top of her fur, Jamie. Oh, I love, love, love my mini as well. And then we've got the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is $104. I think since I started using it, because Deborah and I waited a while to open it, I don't think I've had to use my main machine once at all. Because majority of my dies do fit perfectly in the machine. Sorry, in the mini machine. So majority of our dies do, but I did want to show you within the catalogue there are, sorry, my screen just froze. There are this mini logo that shows you this whole set of dies fits through the mini machine, which is great. I love that. But if you look at this wreath builder set, all of the dies except for these 2 wreaths fit through the mini machine. So even though we don't have the mini logo on all of the stamp sets, oh, that does have mini on it. So I'd say majority of the birds and branches set, majority of the Flowering Bloom set. The Forever Flourishing fits totally through. All of our pets in the Pampered Pets bundle fits. All of our beautiful words. I would say in the Hippo Happiness, which I love these labels, only I'd say this largest label here would likely not fit. And with the many medallions, that's pretty obvious. That's a card front. Yes, it is so convenient. And as many of you saw, the mini machine I can pick up with one finger. One finger. This one I do need to use my whole hand. It is a bit more hefty, but that's okay. So all through here you've got your denoted minis. So I just want to point out that, and this mini logo is across all catalogues, but don't discount the fact that there are going to be items like in this ornate style. We've all seen me use the ornate style. I would say maybe those largest two labels don't fit through, but everything else in that set will fit through, including some of our embossing folders. Oh, let me move this machine off to the side. So I don't have any out of the annual catalogue. I do have these and I haven't checked, but I shall try and check now to see if these particular dies are still available. I'm just refreshing my shopping page. So as a comparison, these are our wrapped in texture embossing folders. So in comparison to a normal, this is a normal embossing folder, not a 6x6 embossing folder. You can see they're just slightly thinner, and let me partially open this, and we've still got plenty of room for it to go through our mini machine. These also go comfortably through our normal machine as well. Okay, so let me do a really quick scroll here, because I know there is so much still available in our year-end closeout, guys. So much still available. I'm scrolling, I'm still scrolling. Yes, these dies are still available, and the set, oh, not dies, these embossing folders are only $7. And seriously, if you look at this, you've got dots and you've got a woven pattern. These are not Christmas. You can use these any time of year, and they're just great classic textures. Now, let me go back. Hello, Miss Linda. Let me see if I've missed anything. Thank you for sharing, Susan. I appreciate it. $7 is as cheap as chips for two. So they are discounted currently, but they're only available till the 4th of January. So I will be buying another set of these out of the annual catalogue. We have 3 sets of the thinner embossing folders that do go through the mini, and I was hemming and hawing, but I'm going to bite the bullet. Yes, you will, because I'm talking Australian year-end closeout, and I know Cindy and a couple of you guys are in the US, so you will need to check. And obviously, because we need to pay for shipping and all manner of things, your prices are cheaper than ours. Okay, so that's that. Let's get into these machines. Now, I'm going to go through the main machine fairly swiftly. I have already done a bit of a video on this, but I will show you the sandwiches and how we do things, and then I will show you the mini machine, which is a bit different. So I'm not going to open it up yet. But the good thing about all of our plates is they are numbered. I'm not going to show you our discontinued plate so you can see. One is our base plate that we use in every sandwich, and it does tell you how to use it with thin dies. So with thin dies, we need plate 1, we need plate 2, and this is our thin die. It's almost a shim. And then we use our 2 cutting plates, which is number 3 and number 3 again. I will be cutting with this, so I will go through that again. Now, if you are embossing using our standard embossing folder, this is a new one. This is in our fine art suite in our upcoming mini catalogue. We will consult our plate again, and for I'll show you, standard embossing folder, which is this one, and I'll show you the thickness difference. So this one is a 3D embossing folder. This is a standard embossing folder. So for a standard embossing folder, it tells us to use 1 and both of our 3. So we take out our thin die and we go 1, 3, embossing folder with our cardstock in it, 1 on top, run it through our machine, easy as pie. Then if we are going to be using our 3D embossing folder, once again, all the information is here. We use plate 1, our embossing folder with the paper in there, and we have a specialty plate. And this specialty plate goes on top. And with the mini, we actually have 2 specialty plates. Hey Margine, thanks for joining. So this specialty plate can also be used with some other plates that are coming soon. And they are, and I don't want to get the name wrong, so I will go back to my catalogue, because this is catalogue I can show you. I cannot wait to do my catalogue walkthrough. So we do have some impression mats, and basically I'll read the thing. Your favourite dies can do more when paired with the impression mats. Use with dies that have decorative ejection holes for detailed embossing, or just use with cutting dies to emboss instead of cut. So you get 2 plates with that. But they are not quite available yet, as far as I'm aware, unless I am totally mistaken, and I am sure one of you beautiful ladies will correct me. So that's our plates. Let me pop these to the side, and just to show you how the machine opens, I love that it has a handle that doesn't collapse, so it's always there ready to pick up. It's really, really sturdy. And then all we do is pop down the sides, and they do click into place. And this is fairly sturdy. If you do want it a bit more non-slip, you can clean your feet. So you can see my rubber feet here are a bit dusty and have a bit of stuff stuck on them. Or I just take one of our silicone mats, which I use for various things in my craft room. If you've been around for a while, you see, pop that on and this doesn't move. So that keeps it nice and sturdy. You've got your handy dandy handle and you crank it through. So that's how we do that. What technique? Oh yes, she does, Jamie. That's why I can't wait to get those mats. Okay, that machine can go over there. Now, our mini machine, which I have played with on a video. I have showed in an unboxing, but I haven't particularly, stay there miss, sorry, talking to the dog. I don't have a daughter and my granddaughter isn't here. Yes, embossing with dies, that's right, Jamie, sorry, I corrected myself straight away. So this one is significantly smaller and significantly lighter, and because it is significantly smaller, which means it has a smaller opening in comparison to our larger machine, we have some different plates. So the plate bundle that comes, and all of these come with the machine. You can buy additional cutting pads or mats, whichever way you describe them, and they are our 2-plate 2s. We do have a thinner base plate, and it tells you on here how to use it with thin dies. So we have plate 1, 2 plates 2 with our die and our paper in the middle. But we have 2 additional plates. So the lighter grey is for our standard embossing folders, which are these babies, and they fit perfectly on our mat. Piece of paper, run them through. So what we need for this, we need our base plate 1. So there is no thin die adapter with this machine. So we need base plate 1, our die, and then, no, let me look at the right one. Base plate 1 and then number 3 on the top. And we just run that through the machine, no issues at all. Okay, the other plate I cannot use yet, but I think it's a hint to come. This is to use with 3D embossing folders. So possibly, yes, one mat gives double duty. That's exactly right, Jamie. I will definitely be buying the impression mats when they come. But with the world the way it is at the moment, we're just not quite there. So 3D embossing folders, so exactly the same. If this was a 3D embossing folder, but they don't exist in the mini yet. But I'm assuming because we've got this, they will be existing. Okay, so it doesn't exist yet, but let's imagine this as a 3D embossing folder. We have plate 1 embossing folder with paper, plate 4 on the top, run it through, and you get beautifully detailed pressed paper. Does anyone have any questions? Miss Louisa wants to go out the door that I just closed. So post any questions before I start actually showing you how this all works in action. I'll be 2 seconds. Oh no, she's just gone to sit under my computer desk instead of being at my feet. She's just changed locations. So please tell me any questions. I think I know what I'm starting with, and it is the beautiful brush strokes. I'm showing you lots of new product today and some product that isn't, and some current and brand new product coming in a few days. Hey Barbara, sorry, I'm not sure if I said hello to you. I'm really intrigued to play with this die, and I want to see what it does. So this beautiful brush strokes goes with, not that I'm using it today, but it goes with the brushed blooms stamp set, and I have used this a lot, especially this brush stroke. I used it making some cards the other day. What is the meaning of life? What is that meant for our chat? I don't know what the meaning of life is. To live your life well, be a good person. I don't know what is the meaning of life. Oh, any questions? Jamie, that's cheeky. Does anyone have any questions in relation to the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine? I will be more specific now, Miss Jamie, you cheeky thing. I'm sorting scraps. Oh no, you found another. Oh good, I'm glad, Cindy, you found another place. I know. I should know better with you here, Jamie, you cheeky thing. How much are you going to miss my lives when you have to go back to work, woman? You are going to miss mucking with my head, seriously. Okay, so for this die, I will show you it. Oh, no, it doesn't fit. It like jams. So we're not going to use the mini machine. Oh, Louisa's at the door now, so please bear with, guys. It's okay, miss. You can go out. You can go see your boys. There you go. On your mat. Mat. Can someone let Louisa outside to go to the toilet? Owen? No one's listening to me, wearing headphones and playing video games. The joys of school holidays. You will be so sad. You will be so sad. Okay, so have this large machine. Oh, I will use my mat. Actually, do you know what I might do? I may grab a baby wipe and wipe off my feet. This is all you need to do. You all saw them before, and you can see I'm not doing this particularly well, but the feet are now uber clean. And let me move this. It doesn't help that I am putting it on a piece of paper, but ooh, that now grips. Look at the difference of just cleaning the rubber feet. I cannot move that. That's awesome. Okay. Flaps down, girls. Flaps down. Oh, sorry. I just got a message that I shall deal with later. Oh, isn't that beautiful? I get your sense of humour, Miss J. Oh, plates almost went flying. Oh, they are. Right. Don't read messages while grabbing things is the moral of that story. Okay, right. I am thinking I am using a piece of Real Red that I have sitting here because I did choose some colours earlier. So base plate, because we're using a thin die, we want our thin die. And then my well-used cutting plate, which is still fairly flat because I have been rotating it, so it is fairly flat. So the key is to rotate your plate, and I do keep one clean plate that I don't cut into. So let's line this up. I don't know, you're going to be as surprised as me how this cuts. So we're just going to go with this. Okay, someone has let the dog outside. Awesome. All this creaking is totally okay and normal. Okay. And let me grab my little spatula. Take that off. Ooh, look at all those pieces, and they're embossed. Are they embossed? Oh, some of them are also cut. Okay. Let me just crank that through. Now Louisa is in here. I can pop this on the floor to get more dog hair on these. Okay. Oh, look at that. And I will just grab my handy dandy, this is the Take Your Pick tool with the die brush edition, and it just screws in the head of the to the head of the die brush, and then I have my paper piercing tool at the other end, and I do have a second one, so even though these heads are interchangeable, I just have a second one for convenience with the spatula and the putty end. Oh, thank you. When it doesn't do what you are told, you can say calm your flaps, Susan. That is so true. Now, what did I miss? Hello, Miss Shannon. Thanks for joining. Oh, yes. On the online store, it is a Stampin' Up item. Now, when you get your die brush, you do get a mat with it. So you can just go along, loosen these up. God, if you didn't know this was a craft video, girls, I swear. And then I do often just pick out some of the more stubborn ones. I will trim that off, and that is a background ready to go, as well as I have all the interior pieces. So this die is a 2-for-1. You get a great background and you get all these paint swooshy interior pieces that we can use another time. I like. Okay, next. So I'm using all these pieces. I may, depending on time, because we all know I'm a bit time, I go over time, and I do have someone popping around to lend me something. So I may come back tomorrow and finish this card, but we will know we have all the bits cut out. And in thought of that, I will grab out a handy dandy basket. Yes, that's exactly right, Margine. You tell her. So I've got a handy dandy basket that will corral all of my cutout bits, so then we are ready for our card. So I love using little baskets in my craft room. I have a stash of all, God, I'm throwing things around. I have a stash of varying types of baskets just under my desk. I'm pretty sure Susan is a demo, Jamie, and I'm pretty sure Susan is in the US as well. Okay, pop this back in, close it up. That's done. So that was brush strokes, and then you have all these pieces that you can make a gorgeous rose. So I look forward to doing that with you at another time. I'm just waiting on Eric's. Oh yes, everyone wish Eric, Cindy's husband, a happy birthday, please. I've already said happy birthday via video, so he got the special Ellen wishes today. Okay, do that. Next, I want to grab out the art gallery stamp set, and I want to do some stamping. So, oh, hang on. Brand new stamp set, what do we do? Ellen runs her hand or her palm, because this is a fairly large set. I haven't even put my rings on. They're still sitting on my dining room table from yesterday. Or better to do my whole finger, I've decided. Get a much better result. So the stamps I'm going to use are these three, and I can see, now I don't know if you can tell the difference. So this one I haven't touched and it's all shiny. And this big one isn't as shiny because I have, I don't know, I've kind of wiped off the manufacturing film as such. Okay, do that. Oh, my pleasure. Hey, Deb. Look, Deb, you're not late. The replay is always there. Oh, I've never heard that. I have heard you talk about that band, Jamie. Only because he's your cousin, I've heard that band. So this is the large image, and then we have the shadow image. So this is a 2-step stamp, and then we have our leaves. Now, in the colour combo that I've done, our stem leaf, I think, is going to be stamped in, nope, that's not going to work, is going to be stamped in Bermuda Bay. Okay, so I have them all attached. I will pop this here, pop that out of the way. Yes, or you can use an eraser as well, just not the sand end of an eraser. You can just use the white end of an eraser. Okay, is that a bit big? That should be all we need for all 3 pieces. So I'm going to do Blushing Bride, Stamped Off Real Red, and Stamped Off Bermuda Bay, and we'll see. Or should I use Yellow Daffodil Delight and then Blushing Bride over the top? I think I will do that. Whoop. Helps if I, you know. American Idol, that's very cool. How do you go on American Idol? We haven't had Australian Idol here, but we have The Voice, and we've had the X Factor as well recently. Well, in recent-ish history. I should be stamping on our piecing mat. I've just got a bit. Well, that's okay. It didn't stamp as well as I wanted, but well enough. So that was Daffodil Delight. And let's go over in Blushing Bride. Let's see how this colour combo looks. I think it'll work. So and if it doesn't, we can always restamp it. Oh, that works nicely. Although the Blushing Bride isn't totally Blushing Bride. What I may do is just do another one and maybe do Stamped Off Daffodil Delight. Let's see how that works. So a quick stamp off, stamp on. Not saying I don't like that, I just feel it's a little dark. Where this one, you can see the colour difference. Okay. Doesn't matter. That's still really cool. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, I like that one much better. And that stamping was so not perfect. But it's done, and that's fine. And because I still, oh, how wet. I still haven't chucked these in the washing machine, and I have had the washing machine. I've done 2 loads of towels since I last spoke to you. So I've been slack. Slack. Okay, so I've done that. Let's close these. I will get to cutting eventually, but I need to stamp before I cut. And then I will emboss a piece as well, but I just don't know if I shall use the embossing as part of this card, but we'll see. We'll see. Bermuda Bay. Right. Use this. Got our leaf. Got our scrap piece of paper. So I just keep my stamp pad or my piecing mat directly in the plastic. So then if I do make a boo-boo onto the plastic, it's really, really easy to wipe off. Now, that was really hastily stamped, but I do like that it's not all perfect. And I think these colours will work really well together. Okay, grab this out. This way we don't turn into an inky mess on my desk. This one is like completely bone dry. Okay. I think that's as clean as that's going to get. So they can just live in there for the moment. Close that. Okay, cool. That's awesome, Susan. I'm so glad you found that page. Scissors, right. Found scissors. Close that, pop that over there. Pop this away. Right. And I just need to roughly cut these out and send them through our mini machine. Okay. This one I may use later. I'll just pop it to the side for the moment. Okay, 2 separate pieces. Let's grab out our coordinating dies, and we need these 2. And this word die says, just want to say, and then you've got all these coordinating sentiments that go with that. Okay. Yes, but we sell the piercing mat, Jamie, so, you know, use the piercing mat that we sell. Okay, open our mini machine, which takes up so much less space. So we are not embossing, so I don't need those. I do need plate 1, and I need 2 plate 2s. So cutting plate. Although I do think it may be better to pop it through this way. And apparently you are better to stagger these plates, because some people had been having issues putting the plates through so they were like flush like that. So apparently it's better to stagger them, which I have kind of always done anyway. Come on, catch. Thank you. Sorry, making sure I'm lined up there. Sorry for my head. Crank that through. and I don't think that's perfectly lined up, but do you know what? That's pretty close. Pop that in there. Die can go there. My recycling bin I moved because no one fall over. I actually collapsed my little side table yesterday and didn't have any tables, extra tables up in my room. But because I'm doing a video, it is just helpful to have my little side table there, just so I can dump packs of paper and stuff like that. But because I don't have a bazillion projects on the go currently, like Christmas cards and stuff like that, I don't need extra things set up. Come on, go in. Thank you. I still have my hand on top, like with any machine, just to stabilize it. And that is that all done. So we have our flower. Just, helps if you actually pick it up, just like so. I'm not loving the color combo, but we're going to deal with it. I'm actually really not loving that color combo. Talk to me about the colors. I'm not sure. Just seeing. I don't think the brighter colors are any better either. How do I store them? Sorting ribbons now. I have the Stampin storage, and on YouTube, because that is the easiest way for you to find them, I have a storage video. If you search on my channel under Stampin storage, Stampin storage playlist, you can see it there. Gutters. You love the colours, Jamie. Okay, awesome. Then I shall leave it. They just weren't, I don't know. It's a different colour combination for me. So it just wasn't appeasing to me, really. Pop these back in. Done. Safe. Home. Right. Next, sentiment. I'm just going to do some laying out. We're not putting together. I'm keeping an eye on the time. There may be... Oh, my lordy do, I just dropped my leaves. I just picked one thing off the floor and I drop another. Okay. The colours may look better when I pop them on here. So see where I'm going? So I've created a background. I may need a piece of vellum, and would you believe I may have, I think a die would make that way too busy, where if I just used a flat piece of vellum. I love your technical storage options. I love that you girls are helping each other. A shower rail. See, I tie off the roll. So for me to have them on a shower rail, that doesn't work. I know, Jamie, I'm already there with you, darling. I'm already there. Having them on a shower rail, I'd need to take them all off to get the one I want. So I have them stacked in the open cubes that are part of our Stampin storage. Ooh, unfortunately, Yep. So any of the... Okay, so I'm liking that. Sentiment, sentiment, sentiment. Do I want to use one of the sentiments out of here, or do I want to use a sentiment from another set? Now I am thinking I will die cut the sentiment, and I think I just put my finger... No, I didn't. My hair's made my glasses dirty in the last God knows how long. I'm just trying to look for something a bit fun. I like the You Are Amazing. So this is from the You Are Amazing stamp set that goes with the You Are Amazing kit. That's good. Yeah, that's a good idea. I used to have, I used to store my ribbons off IKEA shower rails in baskets, so they'd sit. Let me see if I can grab 2 rolls of ribbon. Yes, I can. So they used to sit like that in a basket, so then I could just grab out what I needed and put it back. And they hung from the baskets, but since I redid my craft room, God knows how many years ago, I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I keep them in my Stampin' storage. Okay, so definitely not using the sweet Stitch So Sweetly. I think we will keep it simple and use our You Are Amazing. The Stitch rectangles with the You Are Amazing stamp set, and I'm thinking keeping it really simple and going grey, because that is the only colour we haven't used in our colour combo. So need a block. You Are Amazing, and then we will find, oh look at that, coordinating will be this one here, and we'll be able to use it with the mini. So for this set, a couple of these bigger frame dies or rectangle dies won't go through the mini, but majority, these ones all will, and I'd say probably from this one or that one down will all fit through the mini. Ooh, that sounds lovely, Jamie. Okay, I'm liking this better and better. As I say, I'm not making today, I am playing. Ooh, look at me using all my scraps. Basic grey. Basic grey is a great alternative to black ink because you get the darkness without the starkness, if that makes sense. Now this is a brand new set as well, and just like the other ones, the red rubber does have a slight film, not as much as our photo polymer sets, so you can just rub your finger across it. And I'm just going to stamp it off onto my scrap paper first to make sure it's all looking good and well. And that also lets me see if my ink pads are dry, which I'm kind of assuming this one may be, because I'm not getting that beautiful boldness that I would like. So what I can very quickly do is grab down my reinkers, and in my craft room I literally have everything on hand. That can you show Shannon the foam on the rubber stamp thing? The foam. Oh, can I show Shannon the foam on the rubber stamp? Is that what you wanted, Jay? So that's the foam on the rubber stamp. Our photo polymer stamps just stick directly to the block with no foam, which is why I used the foam piercing mat underneath, or I use the silicone mat just to give it a bit of a cushion. Is that what we're saying, Jamie? Thank you for putting my name in capitals. Oh, look how dry that is. They are just soaking in. Yeah, I'm being a bit overzealous here, but look how much that is just soaking in. A few more, and then I will even that out. They have just disappeared. That was one dry baby. Okay, cool. Yes, I use the piercing mat to add some foam. It gives you a clear impression. Sometimes I don't use it, sometimes I do. It just depends. This time I grabbed it. Don't ask me why. No rhyme or reason. Okay, now I have a bone folder that is particularly earmarked for this, and I'm just going to spread this ink out more evenly in the pad, and then any excess just going to wipe off with my baby wipe. Pop that away and let's restamp. Have I lost my piece of paper I was going to stamp on? Because I can't, oh, no I haven't. It's here. Right. All good. All is good. Let's try this again. This is why, look at the difference. I will actually show you girls the difference. So this was my stamping without re-inking. So you can see there's a few gaps in the word amazing. And this is with the re-inking. The amazing is nice and bold with no gaps. So that's the difference between a dry ink pad and a hydrated and juicy ink pad. Do you stand your re-inkers? I stand my re-inkers only because that's how my storage works. I hadn't thought about lying them down. If you lie them down, you just want to make sure that they are that they're well done up. That's terrible English, guys. Only because I have this out am I just going to just get the excess ink off this, and I will use my spray later. Okay, right. Close this up. I do have a titch of excess ink here that I will just wipe off because that could potentially travel. But that was like less than a drop's worth. So that is now nice and re-inked. Stitched rectangles. Open these babies up. These are my most favourite and used stamp set in my collection, as you can tell by the bag. And this bag is only a new, or the pouch is only a new addition. Okay. Yeah. And because my hands are my hands, I don't necessarily always get them on tight enough. Now, after I cut this, I'm going to show you the embossing. While I've got some cardstock next to me, I may need to just trim it down a titch. Hold on one second here. Oh, they are holding up to my hard use, and you can see I do shove my hands in it, so we definitely left ourselves enough allowance that I can shove my hand in it and your amazing fusing skills aren't popped. Yes, Jamie and I created them. That's right. That's why Jamie is kind of, you know, giving herself a pat on the back. Love you, Jay. Okay, so I've got that fairly straight. Going to jam that down. That moved. Oh, let Bronwyn in, David. Let her in. See, I told you I've got someone here dropping stuff off. So I will do this, do the embossing. Yeah, open the door, Bronwyn. I'm on a live video, but you're more than welcome to join because I'd love to catch up with you. I'm showing the new machine.
Oh, wow.
And sort of, except the wire keeps moving. And I should tape it down, but you know, who's got time for that?
Oh, yeah, there's more important things.
Absolutely. They're all chatting here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Look, I won't disturb you because you'll be there for a while, so that's the...
Thank you so much.
No problem. All right. Take care.
Thank you. Yes, that is straight. Do you want to know why that wouldn't go through? I have an embossing folder stuck under there. Am I going to break my machine? Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Don't have this under there. Oh my God, look how easily that goes through when you don't have the sandwich stuffed up. And that is not straight. That moved. But we're going to go with it because it's not perfect. She did say 1 o'clock, but you know, I'm running late. So there you go. Perfect. Through the mini machine. And I am going to show you how to emboss. And then I will be back tomorrow to make this card because this card is going to take a bit of fiddling for me to get it right. So I'll take out those. I will just pop this to the side, slide this back in its home. So does anyone have any questions in regards to the mini machine and how it all works? And how the French blue... No, we never had that colour. Was that Stampin' Up colour? Because we never had that in Australia. Does anyone have any questions about the sandwiches or anything like that with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine? Is that piece going to be... I may use this piece. Just a bit smaller. Okay, pop that back in its home. Now it doesn't matter if I use a longer piece here. Okay, so pop this in. The trick with the embossing folders, when you pop it through the machine, make sure we're putting them in spine first. I will grab my mini machine and I think we've done everything in the mini machine that we can. So base plate, this, and just consult 1, embossing folder paper and number 3 on the top. Now it doesn't matter which way you put it in. It does help though. There we go. Right, that goes through lovely. I felt even pressure the whole way through, and ta-da, we have a beautifully embossed piece of paper. Look at that. It must be lunchtime. Yes, it must be. And you know what? I think hopefully the frittata that was being made turned out well, and I can enjoy some of it very, very soon. So just let me snip off this. I will pop that in there because we may be making a couple of cards tomorrow. I have a sneaking suspicion that we'll be making a couple of cards with some of the goodies that we have in here, as well as maybe some extras. So what I've used today, the Art Gallery stamp set, the You Are Amazing stamp set. The dies I used are stitch rectangles. I used matching to Art Gallery, the Floral Garden, and I also used the beautiful brush strokes. So that's what I've used, and what I have showcased is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I did also show you the main machine. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, from Macca's. Please tell me you'll be making them yourselves and not buying Macca's ones. So yes, I do hope that this was a good explanation of how all the plates work for the mini cut and emboss machine, because they are slightly different to our main cut and emboss machine. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I did also use the Wrapped in Texture embossing folder. Now that is only available until the 4th of January. Everything else, oh good, I'm glad. You do get lots of beautiful eggs. Yes, we do need translations, Donna. I think we need translations both ways. So yeah, I do hope this was all helpful. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to ask. This is available to purchase, or you can get it as part of your starter kit. These stamp sets and the two, I'll show you, these two and these two are available on the 5th of January. Stitch Rectangle is available now. So thank you so much for joining. Any questions, ask. I'll be back tomorrow to make the card with all the things that we cut out today. Have an amazing New Year's Eve, and I will see you next year. Thanks guys. Bye.